So I personally joined the organisation 2 years ago, and when I joined the organisation they had no concept of even what the apprenticeship sort of scheme was, and I actually introduced the apprenticeship scheme along with Hawk in my previous organisation, so I knew the value of apprenticeships and bringing in young blood, new ideas into the organisation. So very much in the early stages of my sort of review of the HR sort of strategy within the HML Group, apprenticeships was there. It was one of those things that we had to invest in, bring in new talent into the organisation and help grow that talent through the organisation as well. I've always been a passionate believer that you constantly have to bring in new ideas, new blood into an organisation. And we're better to start that process with than with the young apprentices.
So I wasn't working for a little while, so I was in job centre, and my coach, he helped me, and a brother of my friend worked there, and he helped me, sent me an email of Hawk training, and I just applied for it.
I've worked with Hawk for probably over 10 years now. And I've always found them very approachable, very adaptable. If I want to tweak things or change a program, they're always willing to look at that and make those changes, and also work, I suppose, in that partnership sort of scope, because it's always the line manager, the apprentice, the tutor, and then HR. So there's sort of 4 people involved in that sort of learning journey.
My manager's always throwing things at me, learning wise, which I really enjoy. I like learning different things.
In HR, with apprenticeships, I've always had to sell it to managers, try and encourage, to embrace it, adopt it, etc. With the Levy, all of a sudden that starts to become a bit more powerful, because you say, look, we're paying X amount of £1,000 a month. It's either going to be treated as a tax and we lose it after 2 years, or we reinvest that into the apprenticeship sort of scheme, and we set the targets for each of the businesses to have an apprentice embedded. We've already forecasted our spend out of the Levy for the next 2 years. We know roughly how much we're going to be paying, and we've already reinvested that and spent that, so it's supplemented the training budget that I've already got, if you know what I mean. And it's one of those line numbers that we proactively sell within the organisation.
I've just always been very welcoming from the start, and my manager's he's amazing. I really like my manager, so that helps as well.
Hawk were the first people I called straight away as soon as I moved to the new organisation. I had a relationship back in the day with the now managing director of the organisation, so I had a straight inroad to that person to say, this is what I want to do, this is the organisation I've joined, help. And that help came pretty much straight away. Employee forums, those things are great that you guys run, the account management sort of team, the regular sort of communications. So yeah, I can't recommend you guys enough, and actually I think you're the only provider I know in the area that actually has got an Ofsted outstanding rating, which being in the schooling sort of arena with my kids, I know how hard that is to achieve. So trusted partner with an outstanding rating.